Of course, we start with a tribute to the late, great Tom Petty, who passed away this week. Welcome to Week 5 of the NFL season. My name, of course, is Drew Garino, here on location in beautiful downtown Tampa, Florida, where your New England Patriots will be playing tomorrow evening in the Thursday night game. And yes, I know, I'll be there for you. Don't worry. Hey, let's start with Mikey, who's atop the League of Legends standings right now at 4-0. But the question on everyone's mind is for how long? Mikey has the second fewest points against total in the league, and he only has the sixth highest points for. Keep that smack talk, though, coming. That's what it's all about. Talk that talk, baby. Bud sits right now at second place. He has the highest point total in the league and appears to hit a home run with Todd Gurley, who arguably has been the MVP in the first 4 games of the season. Now, the question I have for Bud is, let's see how his injured Packer players respond this week. After starting 3-0, Kevin had his first clunker of the year, falling to Bud last week and dropping down to 3-1. We might as well call Kevin the all-waiver team because he's currently starting Cameron Brate, Jaron Brown, and Tariq Cohen this week. Not to mention he picked up J.D. McKissick on the bench. Dennis is going to need a magazine because he doesn't know any of these players. Look what you've done, Kevin. Look what you've done, Kevin! After not starting a quarterback in Week 2 and losing in Week 3, Adam had a nice response last week, taking down Steve to move to 2-2. Like what I've seen out of Adam Thielen thus far, but really hats off to Greg the Leg Zuerlein, who had a whopping 27 fantasy points last week. Cam also sits at 2-2 right now, but he's had over 600 points scored against him through the first 4 weeks of the season, which is by far the highest in the league. And to add insult to injury, quite literally, looks like Cam's going to need to find a new QB to headline his roster in Week 5. Sitting in 6th place, don't look now, here he comes. The commish rounds out the playoff group at 2-2. Nice pickup last week with Wendell Smallwood, who contributed with 17 points out of the flex position. And this week, Sean gets the services of Doug Martin back, who should have no problem slicing through that Swiss cheese defense that is your New England Patriots. Sitting at 7th place right now is Bill, whose motivational speeches must have worked because he suddenly won 2 games in a row to even up to 2-2. Really like the way Charles Clay has played this year, and Leonard Fournette certainly is in the running for the Rookie of the Year after his first 4 games as a pro. In the we all saw this one coming moment of the week, Dave has now dropped 2 in a row to fall to 2-2 on the season. Really going to need to see more out of Amari Cooper, who's only totaled 13 fantasy points over the last 3 weeks. And now starting out the run of 1-3 teams is Drew, yours truly, who lost another close one last week to Bill. Now, just can't seem to pull it all together. He struggled to get consistent scoring from his wide receivers in particular. Didn't help also that he lost Julio Jones to an injury in the second quarter. Yeah! Steve checks in at 1-3 as well. He lost a close one to Adam in Week 4. Now, it appears he's got the right Cleveland running back in Duke Johnson, but with the injury to Dalvin Cook, tough one there. For the season, he's going to have to get creative to find scoring in his future games. Now, Ryan was very fortunate that he ran into Dennis last week and was able to squeak out his first victory of the season. Congrats to Ryan. He moves to 1-3 on the season and out of last place. If not for a big performance out of Russell Wilson on Sunday night, looks like Ryan be sitting at 0-4, so he must be very thankful. He'll need his running backs to contribute a lot more if he's got a shot at putting up higher point totals. Last but certainly not least, it looks like that glass is pretty empty for the thirsty bankers. He hasn't scored more than 115 points in any matchup this season. That's a tough one for Dennis. He's making, as they say, a free fall towards the pink shirt. We'll see you next week.